Is Nemesis? Nemesis may not be, what do they call it, Golden Age? There is an inflation for the theoretical allocation of the effectiveness of heroclix powers and abilities for the range of the numeric values printed or exhibited by the point value assigned to characters in heroclix. Hence that a 400-point character that was released at the time of giant-sized X-Men might not be worth 400 points of effectiveness or power on the game board now, with characters such as King Thor about. But this guy occupies 4 squares. He's going to always pick the specific square toward the lower end, the lower leavo end of the quadrilateral. So he occupies these 4 squares, though his peg will always be in the lower left quadrant. Make that apparent. Put that back down. Put him to the task of Deadpool. Brute fireplace. Floating, hovering. Wrong one. That is the stealth peg. Start off the game in stealth. It's completely invisible, inexplicably. Ra's al Ghul. What? Yeah, I'm Deadpool. Ra's al Ghul. Give him the blue. Cool blue for Ra's al Ghul. He might start the game off with stealth. He has stealth, but still must roll for it at the beginning of the turn. At the turn of the tide. Daemonite will have interview. I'm gonna give Blade the bruise. Hemophilia. It's a hemomaniac. Hemoglobin, semi-vampire. Hematoma color. Daemonite bone. Bone color. And in Kitana. I bequeath onto you the silver character pack. I mean, they're all yellow, but they have beads on them. For example, the lustrous homogeneous solid consisting of a reoccurring series of 3 4-dimensional molecular scale pattern crackle rectangular artifact reinforced in niobium, chromium, deference, and derived truncheon carbon coal deposits. Dino samurai shogun protecting feudal lordship weaponry wielding literally cutting-edge Japanese semi-para-ubermensch. The Germans thought of technology-wielding katana, pontificating to possibly felonious and errant soldiers and establishments that sell yeast piss or ethanol-laden beverages about violations of hunting protocol and chopping off and severing people's limbs in the 1st century. You know that sword was named after a played-out joke about a song made by Elton John. Like, hold me closer, Tony Danza. That's what that sword. That's why the sword was named Danza not after the blade. After the played-out joke that was named after the song about the Elton John song. All of the characters have their beads. At the beginning of the game, Blade may choose an opposing character, and there's only one. They can't break away automatically. He's a giant. I think giants don't necessarily. At one point, giants broke away automatically. That might be what that power refers to. Now they ignore characters that they suspect, which is very different from automatically breaking away. Not sure how that's supposed to work. Does that make that power obsolete? Does anybody still automatically break away anymore? Might have to look into that. Can he break away from Blade? So we'll say I will say he can't automatically break. This will give him the power. He will not be able to automatically, especially considering that this character was made around the time, was probably before even this one. Was it Amazing Spider-Man? This predates Blade. Probably the power for giants worked the way that it was described, or was implicitly, that Blade's power was implicitly designed to function in tandem with. This team will be going first. Get that guy from the field. Damonite will move. We'll check. I'll check everybody there. That guy's there. That guy's there. Yeah, of course, we see you. Blade can see up here. That whole room, actually. Nobody in there. Can see this whole room and these, from this square to that square, those two columns. And down this hallway. This one looks a little long. There! Right, nope. Anything else? I don't think so. Start making moves. Damonite has a movement of 9. Move him here. 7. Check this whole room. Clink. The creaking winch. Squeaky. Nobody there. Continue moving. 2. End your movement there. It's Damonite's move. Raz Al Ghul should roll for stealth. It's not the beginning of the turn anymore. Next turn must remember stealth. Blade doesn't have stealth. This suspected Blade had stealth. Remove Deadpool. Try to keep them together. Deadpool. You already checked that hallway. Move 3 of the 10 movement you have available. 7 more. So already checked that hallway. So check up there. Or this will send you up to check that hallway. Should keep them together. Spread out a bit. Let's move to 3. 6. 9, 10. This can now see these. This has noticed this. This would see. Obviously, we know who it is. Now this knows where to send all the characters. Not certain. Not certain how much this is fond of that propensity to be able to find characters when they're not within the specific zones that this has designated a character should be able to see into. Furthermore, their movement has ended. Switch them out. Damonite. That was there, and now it's yours. This one's yours, and now it's his. And it took them years to sort this. Oh, they did it already? Ra's al Ghul. So he's... Oh, he's not over there. He's over here. That is his. But he's... That's... it's the only character there. Just check and make sure it's not a mistake. That is the black for Nemesis. What are you doing? I guess if you... this is all sort of... I keep Ra's al Ghul back a little bit. I keep Ra's al Ghul with this guy. I'll keep him outside of here around this corner. 6, 8. He's ready for blood. Kitana is 8 movement. And Blade. A little known fact, Blade. That guy that might have Pulse Wave, keep them all together. And 9 movement. That guy cannot ignore hindering. This is a hindering terrain. Those 3 squares, keep him out of it. I'll give you blood for vampire. That is anything else. Any perplex they should know about. No one has perplex yet. Next turn. So he's in those 4. Nemesis. He does have Pulse Wave. It's Pulse Wave. Black for Nemesis. Black tokens only for death. Apocalypse rides with ye. So you check that hallway. That's Nemesis's token. This is noticing that it's getting easier to delineate characters from ordinary space tokens. It's getting easier. This could definitely tell that that was a character from all the other tokens. And this hasn't accidentally seen anyone yet. Anything else this can see? This can see these 6. No one there. Start looking. Probably take a peek. Something right here. Into this room. Move over 1. Ah! Oh, it really does look like he's peeking. Move 1 of the 10 available. Check this room. Found some guy here. Who's that? Deadpool! Are we based? No. We're separated by 1 square. Oh, this is just remembering now. This didn't switch over. I was wondering, well, where is Blade? Blade should be around here. Where did this move him? Here? Foolishness! This didn't carry them over. That could be a problem if you forget to carry over your beads when no one knows where you are. Right. Then... Oh, this gave him the modern crystalid, Machoyan, dark chaotic magic, and you, lustrous silver, platinum, steel. Trying to catch the man of steel. This is plant. Oh, I found quite a few of them. I could running shot them now, if I so chose, and I will. I heal every... Oh, this is... It deals them less damage, but I will heal more. That will work better if... I could pulse wave Deadpool right here. Let me running shot 2 back to here. Can this... this is a wall. This won't target anyone else, unless there's someone in this room. Or in these 4 squares. No one in that 4 squares. And this can see in that room. Now that it's there, check it. Nope. Right. Going to pulse wave on Deadpool. Dead man? Yes, dead man. Critical miss! Anyone have probability control? No, not a great... That is not great. That's terrible. Terrible. Is that why they call terrible terrible? That's supposed to be terrible. It's a mispronounced word terrible. That is his turn. It's turn. It's a skeleton. Damonite there. Mazel Ghoul is here. So those are yours. Blade has a token also. Where's Blade's token? He has blood. You could get black for Negro, black for Nightwalker. Oh, he's the Daywalker. Dayman. Oh. Or blood red for Vampire. That's the one we're going with right now. This did not carry over Nemesis's movement again. It was neglectful. Neglectful. Now, to examine, we're looking for somebody. Checking the room that they're in. Step number 1. Check the room. Move your tokens. This is move your pegs. Move your beaded character pegs to the right squares. Yeah. That's Blade. Still Blade. Assuming, yes. Right. Blade can see these 4. No one in there. Can see these 6, 12. 2 rows, 6 each. No one in there. Damonite can see this corridor. That's Mazel Ghoul. Mazel Ghoul and Damonite see the same thing. Can see out here. And of course, save the best for last. That means that he's always in the lower left quadrant of the 4 squares. That means if he's here, the rest of them is around up. Of course, that depends on your orientation. You should probably decide from which side of the board is that going to be. But thus far, from highest from which side of the board, lower left compared to which standing from which side of the board. That is Nemesis there. Shoot him, shoot him! Deadpool is going to... Do we have perplex? No. Deadpool is going to... Can this run? They have the same range, it won't matter. But he can't pulse wave this person. It is imperative that this get out of his pulse wave range, his 8 range. Should this know a character's range, if it doesn't have a special power? No, probably not. Well, I already know it. I'm going to stay out of 8. Stay out of 4, more particularly, but be within 8. I can running shot back the full 5 and probably be 8 off, 3 away. That's a running shot. 5 back here next to Katana. This is second action. Get over there. Alright, first attack. 11 on your... Actually, it's the second attack of the game. But the first one that will probably succeed. And now it's through hindering. I don't like that. I'm going to change it to here. Still outside of his pulse wave from there. Hopefully he'll lose running shot. This is assuming he has it already. Considering that this didn't see him there when this stopped, and then now he's shooting, and being in a position now he just can see it. He must have running shot to be able to move and attack, or some kind of move and attack. He has running shot. 6. 17. He has 18. That missed him. No one has probability control. He has, if this had the word balloons, one of them has, I could have given him a free action to equip a word balloon with probability control, and he came with that one, but this does not have that. He's going to put Blade here. Is that wise to put him adjacent to that guy? He can't, but then he could run away, and he has Steel Energy and then sneak up on us and suck our blood. Daemonite, and since this knows where he is, Daemonite can't see the character, but if the player knows where the character is at the beginning of an action, it works by typical heroclix rules. 2, 5. Right shot 4. Wait. Blade's claws. And 5 and 7. That hits 16. Misses again. And he pushed to do that. Ra's al Ghul. Once again, Ra's al Ghul neglected to use stealth. Ra's al Ghul will clear. Blade has another. Blade should probably do something. Blade can charge. That's always useful. Blade can charge for 5. That's not far enough. Blade can't get close enough. Wait, where exactly? He's in those 4. Blade, he is 6 away and can charge for 5. Does no one have... Blade and Ra's al Ghul will clear. Wait till Deadpool. I think he's going to get perplexed at some point and perplex up Blade and he'll have him charge in unless he moves or something. And that is it. That is all for their turn. The movement, once again. Now that all moves are finished before the end of the turn. Move your characters. Move your buns. Come on, you gotta move them. Yes. There, that square. He is not moved. This was him. Now he's over here. Only moved 1 back. I thought he'd moved more than that. In hindering. He's in hindering now. You cleared. Blade cleared. Everybody else cleared. Nobody else moved. Katana has no range. And now, moving everybody. Almost removed the Distensiano Space Age off-white computer chassis cap panel. And Nemesis. I'm trying to catch the Man of Steel. Legend has it that you've been going around to the boneyard, people. He's been tearing all over town. He's a total man. Right. I am trying to catch the Man of Steel. Still. Don't be coy with me, Lois. I've already noticed this guy. The bone colored one. The bone collector. That's this guy. Right there, he's on me. That explains someone trying to tickle me. Was the Dungeon Master's grandmother trying to work me over? Anyways, let's check that alleyway. Anyone else? No. Seems to be the only one there. Let me check this room. No. Working much better. It's still a bit... This would like it to be easier, but it is still a great improvement to what it was. Anybody else can see these 2 rows of this room? Check those. Got one here. Deadpool. Got one here. Katana. That looks like a character, but I just can't see it, so that will leave it. Of course, this knows that Blade is nearby Katana. That might be what drew this person's attention to it. If you didn't know that, maybe you wouldn't see it. Difficult to say. Anyone this can't see. Is this missing? This is missing Blade, of course. Someone else? Okay. He shouldn't be here. This shouldn't have been there. This failed to move it. You've got to move it, move it. Got to move it. I have penetrating psychic blast now. Does Nemesis, whenever from an attack, I can heal if I can hit this guy. 16, I can hit that one. Oh, I'm a giant. I can shoot out of adjacency, and I really don't like... Damonite looks like a low point character. I don't like Deadpool having me in his sights. I shoot at Deadpool, use my second action to automatically break away, and try to running shot into that room. I don't think you can be based by small characters. I ignore them. Oh, but we're going by Golden Age, the rules as they were. I still think they can automatically break away from smaller characters, or at least they could at the time this was made. I'm going to do that. Running shot, I have 10. I can running shot for 5. Running shot 2, and check that room on the way. Is there anyone else in there? That's Deadpool, so he's really in this square. Just what this expected. Blade. Pretty much. Katana's still there. No one else, but there are 3 people. This moved to 2. This has 3 more of the 5. It's very difficult to keep track of this guy. His Nemesis is in this square now. The luster of the friction. He is... Well, he's not based with Deadpool. I thought he'd be based with Deadpool. I think he's based with anybody. He's in those 4 squares. He's not based with anyone. He's still separated by at least 1 square from all of the characters in this room. Separated by 1 from Blade. This is going to attack Deadpool. Penetrating Psychic Blast. 6. Today is not your day. 7. Oh, it does! That hits you! That hits 17, I thought. 6 is somewhat of a low roll. This is very custom to 6 not succeeding. Well, it succeeded. What did this get that failed earlier? Was it not something like a 6? Maybe it was lower. See, this assumes it was lower. 4 penetrating damage. So he's going to take... Or maybe it's possible his attack had increased. Did he have a lower attack before? No. Just checking. A guy named Antonio who works for WizKid said, okay, in the middle of a game you can't check, but then I'll do whatever I want. 4 penetrating damage. Yes, that's some kind of... Right, and I heal every time someone takes damage. Oh, now I have Pulse Wave. No, time for Pulse Wave. These are his 2 tokens. Right, now that Deadpool is bygone. It says, this moved him over, his peg over. Anything else this needs to do? I think so. No, the turn is over. Damonite's tokens. Deadpool's tokens. No one else has any tokens. Ra's al Ghul should be somewhere around here. That's him. Just making sure. Yes. He has blue. It's a strange, dark, matted, gummy not aquamarine. It's gummy, tart, dark aquamarine. Blue, sky blue. Not quite that right. Like a dark, gummy sky blue. Like a dark, tart, gummy aquamarine sky blue. Anybody? Checking everything anyone can see. We're starting with Ra's al Ghul. This intends to use this stealth this time. Use it! Use it! And that hallway. I'm gonna check what they all can see. Dame and I can see this hallway. I already checked these squares. That's Damonite. Oh, cuidado. This thought, as it was checking his hallway, if this thought. Ah, yes, this recalls now he moved. This thought he was going to be here, and this thought that it would notice that as it was inspecting this, and when it didn't, it thought for a moment that, oh, that's a serendipitous absence of focus on a character peg that is present, and it turns out it wasn't present. But would this have not seen it if it was there? I don't know. Difficult to say. And once again, going Jane Foster on this particular experiment, I'm not quite sure yet.